It is the Inside Travel Talk podcast, a radio show. Coming up on today's show, Mark and I will be talking about Delta Vacations Black Friday deals, Black Friday cruise promotions, Globus and Cosmos Black Friday deals. If you can't tell, there's a Black Friday theme here. Delta Airlines introduces comfort basic fares, cruises coming to Jacksonville, and travelers aren't sold on Disney's newest cruise ship feature. Let's start the show. The Inside Travel Talk podcast, a radio show presented by BluePlanetVacations.com, contains travel deals, promotions, and offers that are time sensitive. All offers and information were accurate when the show aired. Travel deals and offers change constantly and are capacity controlled and subject to change without notice.
Explore your world. It's the Inside Travel Talk podcast and radio show, presented by BluePlanetVacations.com. Call or text the show now, 801-649-3700, 801-649-3700, and check out the podcast at InsideTravelTalk.com. And now, here are your hosts, Patrick Wiscombe and Mark Faldmo.
Welcome to the weekend. This is the Inside Travel Talk podcast, a radio show. Hello there. I am Patrick Wiscombe. The entire purpose of this podcast or radio show is to help you plan and book your next vacation. And if you have no idea where to go, we're just going to give you some ideas of where you may want to consider going on vacation next. And we are presented by BluePlanetVacations.com, a Mark Faldmo company. And he's in the studio right now. And just a sincere thank you for taking the time to stop and listen. This week, we're talking about all things Black Friday. We've got Delta Vacations. We've got cruise promotions. We've got Globus and Cosmos Tour Black Friday deals. Delta is introducing their comfort basic fares. And cruises going in and out of Jacksonville, and there are some travelers that are just simply not sold on Disney's newest cruise ship feature, and we'll give you the details coming up here in the next few minutes. And joining me, as he does each and every week, the owner of BluePlanetVacations.com is Mark Faldmo. It's good to see you, brother.
It's good to be here.
Should we jump right into the travel news headlines?
Let's do.
Okay.
I have experience with this first one just today.
Really? Okay. All right. Delta Airlines is debuting comfort basic fares. What are the details?
This is just like economy. So basic economy, classic economy, and extra economy. They've added this to now the comfort fares. So if you want more legroom, if you want to board in zone 3, if you want those complimentary beverages, but at a lower price point, you can get comfort basic. If you do purchase comfort basic, it has the same restrictions as economy basic. Your seat assignment until you check in.
Oh, wait. So you don't know your seat?
You don't know your seat. So it'll
okay.
most likely be a middle seat. You don't earn miles.
Oh, you don't?
Basic economy. You do earn the MQDs, but you don't earn miles. That will get you to status.
Status meaning the diamond, silver, gold. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes. Yeah. And then the miles are what you would actually redeem for travel. So you'll still earn towards status, but you will not earn towards redeeming miles for future travel. So I'm going to Cancun next week, and I decided to bring Heather along. So getting her ticket, I did have these choices, and we went with the Comfort Classic so she could sit by me.
Southwest is considering airport lounges and transatlantic flying. That's a new development.
It is. With all of the changes they've made lately, they're trying to be more of a mainstream airline. They want to add more long-haul flights. They want to add lounges and premium seats. They haven't made any official announcements, but the CEO has made all of these hints to all of these things. So they are really expanding their code share agreement. In the past, we've talked about, I think it was Iceland Air. They added an Asian carrier. I think the name of it is Han Air, just recently in the last 2 or 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. And so they are building this network of international flying, which will help them launch Southwest labeled fares.
I saw this news story, Mark, that there is a new way to enjoy Hanauma Bay. Now, if people don't know where Hanauma Bay is, where is it? And then
Hanauma Bay is on Oahu, in Honolulu, and it is a really good snorkeling place. It's a beach and a bay. You kind of have to go down a pretty steep road to get to it.
Was this near Diamond Head?
Near Diamond Head,
okay.
Yes. It's not open every day. They limit the number of people that are allowed in there. When I was there 2 weeks ago, driving past Hanauma Bay, this is at like 10 a.m., and they were completely full. So they weren't letting any new cars in. So it's really hard to get in there. You do have to pay a reef conservation fee, but they've announced a new way, some transportation using Roberts Hawaii. So it's a tour to Hanauma Bay, and they hope this will help alleviate the vehicle congestion. If you're on the tour, you'll get into Hanauma Bay, so you don't have to drive there and hope that you'll get in, or leave at 5 a.m. to be one of the first in line to get into Hanauma Bay.
That does not interest me.
I love Hanauma Bay. I remember when I was a child, we used to go there all the time, and then it became really popular and a little bit too crowded. Now that it's not open every day and they limit the number of people in, it's back to being that nice place to snorkel. On Oahu, it's probably one of the best places to snorkel. The cost of the tour is $65 per adult or $40 per child. Yes.
I like the reef fee. It's probably from all the suntan lotion
yes.
going into the ocean.
Yeah.
Got to go clean the coral. As I mentioned right at the top of the show and as we were coming in, this is all about Black Friday deals. Let's start with Globus and Cosmos Tours, their Black Friday deal.
Globus has $1,000 per couple off select 2026 Globus tours worldwide.
Wow.
That $1,000 off is valid through December 10th.
About 3.5 weeks then.
And then for Cosmos, it's $500 per couple. Cosmos is, I don't want to say lower end. They stay at hotels along the outskirts of town to save you some money, whereas Globus tours include a little bit more, and they actually stay in more centralized hotels is the difference between the two.
Okay, so Cosmos a little more budget friendly, and then Globus just stay pretty much in the city centers, closer to the action.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I like the panorama tours that Globus has that are multi-country. So, like start in London, go to the Netherlands, go to Germany, go to Switzerland, go to France, and end in France. Or you can do country specific and just focus on one country. A really good way to see the world through Globus or Cosmos.
Let's get to the travel deal of the week. This week, it's going to be Delta Vacations and all of their Black Friday deals. Now, I know that you need to pull up your email probably to go over everything. Just for clarification, there's Delta Airlines. Is it another company or is it just a subsidiary within Delta?
It's a subsidiary within Delta.
Okay, so Delta Vacations, this is when they group airfare, hotel, cars, they kind of group everything together.
Correct, and make a vacation package out of everything. It by far is the best way to go. You get special airfare rates and you get special hotel rates. So when you package things together, you do get a better rate on the whole overall package. So right now, their deal goes through December 4th. In order to get this, you do have to be a SkyMiles member.
Well, and that's free anyway.
It's free to join, and it does come with some perks. So SkyMiles members save up to $250 off the cost of the package, but then a couple of bonuses. You earn up to an additional 10,000 SkyMiles to redeem towards future trips.
Okay.
That's a tiered bonus. So depending on the cost of the trip, it goes from 1,000 to 5,000 to 10,000, depending on the cost of the trip. And then the one thing I like about Delta Vacations is your whole purchase counts for MQDs towards status.
Yep.
And so, Patrick, I know it was about 2 years ago you went to Hawaii, and that package that we booked you just alone got you to gold medallion status with Delta just for booking the package.
Yeah.
So,
yep. We went from nothing to gold status.
Just in one trip. And actually, the average cost of a trip will get you to silver medallion status. with Delta. So.
Which, by the way, between now and the end of the year, you and I need to talk about medallion qualifying dollars. I've got to spend about an extra $1,500 so I can get status for 2026.
We can get you there.
All right. Maybe I'll go to Cancun with you.
Yep.
All right. Sorry.
I'm going twice in the next 3 weeks. So
I'm sorry. Let's get back to the Delta Vacations Black Friday deals.
So those are good to anywhere in the world. Hawaii, all-inclusive Mexico, Europe. Again, you just have to book by December 4th and travel anytime in 2026.
I'm telling you, if you like to fly, you like to go on vacations, and you like to receive perks, Delta Vacations truly is a great way to go. Take advantage of those Black Friday deals. Call Mark in the office as soon as we get off the air here. Just get the conversation started. There's no obligation. 888-718-7717. Toll free, 888-718-7717. And he will also post all of this information on blueplanetvacations.com. When we come back, it is time for the infamous Just Cruising segment, the segment of the show that has made us famous around the country and around the world. It's only about the cruise news, and it's only about cruise deals, and we've got Black Friday deals. We'll get to those next when the Inside Travel Talk podcast and radio show continues alongside my friend, Mark Foldmo. I'm Patrick Wiscombe. Thank you so much for listening. We will be right back. Give us about 60 seconds.
Taking you to destinations around the world. The Inside Travel Talk podcast and radio show is presented by BluePlanetVacations.com, America's best travel advisors. Call or text the show now. 801-649-3700. 801-649-3700. Thanks for listening. We'll be right back.
This segment of Inside Travel Talk is sponsored by El Dorado Spa Resorts. Escape to Cancun's Riviera Maya with authentic, all-inclusive luxury at an El Dorado Spa Resort. To book your romantic beach getaway, contact Blue Planet Vacations at 888-718-7717 or blueplanetvacations.com.
This is the Inside Travel Talk podcast and radio show with Patrick Wiscombe and Mark Foldmo, presented by BluePlanetVacations.com, America's best travel advisors. Call the show right now, 801-649-3700, 801-649-3700. And now, your hosts, Patrick Wiscombe and Mark Foldmo.
Welcome back to the Inside Travel Talk podcast and radio show alongside Mark Foldmo. My name is Patrick Wiscombe. Thank you so much for allowing us to be part of your weekend. Coming up in this segment of the show, it's the infamous Just Cruising segment, the segment of the show that has made us famous around the country and around the world. And to all aboard, ahoy, mateys. Ahoy. Coming up in this segment, we'll be talking about Jacksonville, Florida-based cruises, and we're going to go chicken fried a little bit. We'll explain, and then we've got more Black Friday deals. Avalon Waterways is on deck, one of Mark's favorite companies, and we've got Black Friday cruise promotions. So let's get right into the cruise news headlines. Let's start off in Jacksonville, Florida, Mark. Norwegian Cruise Lines is launching the first ever Jackson-based, Florida-based cruises.
Norwegian now has their third home port in Florida. So they have Miami, Port Canaveral, and now Jacksonville. So they have 3 ports going there. And now Jacksonville, I think, primarily will be a drive market, but they do have some pretty good options. They have 4-day Bahamas cruises, 5-day Bahamas cruises, and then 11 and 12-day Caribbean cruises.
Okay.
That leave out of Jacksonville. I was just looking for the month of February, for instance. So they have a 4-day cruise that's Grand Bahama Island, which is where we went, Patrick, and Great Stirrup Key. So their private island.
It's a tender port. It's a tender island.
Correct. Until they build their pier, which they're working on.
Right.
But
and it has some of the best sand and views I have ever seen in my life. It is a sneaky great island to go to.
Yeah. The first time I went there, you basically landed there by World War II landing craft where the thing comes down and you walk on board and there's a couple beach chairs set up and a place where they're cooking hot dogs and hamburgers. And that was about it, to now a fully developed private island.
And they do not beat you
correct.
anymore.
Yeah.
At least you tender in for now.
Yeah. Yeah. And so the 5-day is Grand Bahama Nassau and Great Stirrup Cay. The 11-day is Puerto Plata in Dominican Republic, Portola, St. John, San Juan, Great Stirrup Cay, and back to Jacksonville. And the 12-day adds in Phillipsburg, St. Martin on that itinerary.
Maho Beach. Can you tell I really loved Maho Beach?
I can. Your YouTube post was pretty good for it. So
okay, so if no one knows what Maho Beach is and what Phillipsburg, St. Martin, it's where the planes literally fly in over your head. There's ocean, there's sand, and then there's the airport right behind you. And jets and planes just come in right feet over your head. It is absolutely terrifying and exhilarating all in the same moment. Awesome. Yep. Definitely worth doing.
It is. Yeah.
But, by the way, speaking of the YouTube channel, I've got a longer video of Maho Beach that I'm getting ready.
That's good. Yeah. I'll be looking forward to seeing it.
YouTube.com/thevacationNerd. YouTube.com/thevacationNerd is how you find it. I thought this story was interesting, Mark, that Travelers Are Not sold by Disney's newest cruise ship elaborate feature. First of all, what cruise ship and what is the elaborate feature?
This is the Disney Adventure.
The brand new ship.
Slated to come out in March of 2026.
Oh, this is the one that was delayed for like 3 months.
Yeah, and so it is going to have a ride called Groot Galaxy Spin.
I am Groot.
Looking at the reviews of this, people are saying you shouldn't put a spinny ride like that on a cruise ship. People are going to fall off into the water. And so there's several different rides on this, but it's mainly that Groot Galaxy Spin that people aren't too thrilled about.
I'd be more worried about the dizzy after the spin.
Yes. The new ship, Disney is going to bring 7 themed areas to the Disney Adventure. There's the Disney Imagination Garden, Disney Discovery Reef, Marvel Landing, which Disney describes as a celebration of all things Marvel.
Iron Man. That was a great movie. The first one.
So those are just 3 of the 7 areas that they've announced so far on the Disney Adventure new cruise ship.
Zac Brown Band. Are you a fan?
I am. I kind of like that beach country sound.
Yeah, okay. Zac Brown Band is designing a concert venue for Margaritaville at Sea, the cruise ship. So my first thought was it makes me wonder if they're going chicken fried somehow while inside the venue.
Inside the venue, yeah.
But so you and I have been on Margaritaville at Sea Paradise, and then they have one that comes out of Tampa, and I'm just blanking on the name right now. So this will actually be the biggest of the Margaritaville at Sea cruise ships called did you say it was the Beachcomber? Yeah, Beachcomber.
Yeah, the Beachcomber.
Okay.
Yeah, so this will be their 3rd ship, the Beachcomber. Zac Brown-designed concert venue is called The Same Boat, which is actually a song that Zac Brown worked on with Jimmy Buffett in 2021, I believe. And
the perfect collaboration. The Same Boat.
Yeah, the renderings of the space look pretty amazing. So cruise ships have always done a good job at kind of imagining spaces. And I think this will be perfect for what Margaritaville at Sea wants to do. There'll be a place for guest artists, a place where they can have regularly scheduled entertainment as well. And this ship, I don't recall if we mentioned it, but it will go out of Miami is where it'll go. So it'll be their first ship out of Miami.
And that's a pretty busy port, the port of Miami.
It is. Yeah, it's the busiest in the world.
Are they building it out? Because I don't know where they're going to put another company.
They'll probably have this cruise go on like a Wednesday or something when there's more space. So yeah, definitely on the weekends, I don't think there's any space for another ship out of Miami.
I just remembered the name of the ship, Margaritaville at Sea Islander. That's the one that goes out of Tampa Bay.
Tampa, yeah.
We still have more Black Friday deals that we need to get to right now. This one has to do with Avalon Waterways. And then after this, we're going to get to all of the other Black Friday cruise promotions. So let's start with Avalon Waterways.
Avalon Waterways, river cruise company in Europe. Their Black Friday sale goes through December 10th, and it's free prepaid gratuities along with free airfare to Europe. And that is for any 2026 departure.
Okay, that's a good promotion. If there's no blackout dates, that's a phenomenal offer in the free airfare to Europe.
It is. Yeah. We've had TJ on the show talking about Avalon. I just love the cabins at Avalon. I think they're the best in the industry.
Because the beds actually face
the big picture window.
Yeah. Normally you have to get up, or the bed doesn't even face the window. You have to get up and go outside. But if you just want to stay in bed and look out the window, you can do that on Avalon Waterways.
And a river cruise, great way to see Europe. I think we talked about this a little bit last week, but you stop at the small little villages that most tourists wouldn't even go to. You do get some of the big cities as well, but it's a well-rounded Europe experience on a river cruise.
Let's get the actual cruise deal of the week, which is the Black Friday cruise promotions. Man, there's a lot here. Where do you want to start on this one?
This is just kind of a list of all of the cruise lines that have put Black Friday sales out so far. And I'll just go down and say what they are. The first one, and this is in alphabetical order, so in no particular order other than alphabetical. Asmara, which is a small ship cruise line. Their ships hold about 600 people. They have a Black Friday fares up to $4,000 off select sailings, plus a $500 onboard credit. I really like Asmara. Again, just because of the size. I'm more of a small ship person. And then moving on, Celebrities Black Friday offer. And this goes through December 8th, and it's up to 75% off second guest, plus up to $700 in extra savings. Those are good through sailings on the books through May 10th of 2028.
Now, hold on. So I can take advantage of this one because you and I have been talking about a Norwegian Fjords cruise for me and Nikki.
Correct. Yeah.
Ooh, should we take a look at this one?
Yeah, we can look at that one.
Nothing like doing a little on-air self-vacationing here. That's a good deal. What else?
And then Margaritaville at Sea that we just talked about, they have a promotion of an all-new cruise bundle. So that contains their ultimate beverage chill package and free Wi-Fi if you book during Black Friday.
And if you like cheeseburgers, just go to Cheeseburgers in Paradise.
Norwegian Cruise Line is offering 50% off all cruises.
Really?
For now, it looks like they're going to change it because this is going through November 18th, but I'm sure they'll change it slightly. So,
all right. So basically,
for the next few 3 days, it's 50% off.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Royal Caribbean is $1,000 off cruise fares plus third and fourth guests, sell free in the stateroom. This is great for kids. If you have larger families, they do have a few cabins that will hold up to 5 people. And so if you get 5 people in the cabin where 2 pay the regular fare, that's minus $1,000 plus third and fourth and fifth cruise free.
Wow.
That's a pretty good deal. And then the last one we'll talk about is Virgin Voyages. This goes through December 4th. They have buy one, get the second guest at 80% off, plus up to a $400 bar tab. And Virgin Voyages also has cruises starting at $99 per person per night with that sale. So,
that's so easy to market. $99 per person per day.
It's almost hard to stay home for $99 per person.
Take advantage of those offers. Call Mark in the office. to book it. 888-718-7717, 888-718-7717. And he'll also post this on blueplanetvacations.com. You can listen to this podcast or radio show each and every Saturday and Sunday morning right here on the very radio station that you're listening to right now, and all radio stations around the country starting at 11 a.m. local time. So it doesn't matter where you are, Saturday and Sunday, 11 a.m., you'll always be able to listen to the show. But if you can't listen to us live, you can subscribe to the show, stream the show at InsideTravelTalk.com. And all podcast platform links can be found also on InsideTravelTalk.com. Okay, we are done. We've done our job. Now it's your turn to get out and travel the world while you can, because you never know when life is going to throw you a curveball. Live your life deliberately, live your life intentionally. And a sincere thank you for stopping to listen. Really, thank you. We don't have a show. We don't have a business without you. Thank you so much. Make it a great week. We'll talk to you next weekend.
That's it. That's the end of the show. You've been listening to the Inside Travel Talk podcast and radio show with Patrick Wiscombe and Mark Faldmo, presented by BluePlanetVacations.com. Book your adventure right now. Call 888-718-7717. That's 888-718-7717. Thanks for listening. Have a great week.
Inside Travel Talk is brought to you by Waterways. From castles and capitals to vistas and villages, visit some of Europe's most remarkable sites and cities. To set out on your own river cruise journey, contact Blue Planet Vacations at 888-718-7717 or blueplanetvacations.com.